Hey everyone, it's Time Travel Reviews, and today I'm here to talk about Margin Call. It's a name that I couldn't actually remember very well. I saw this 2 days ago, and I was thinking that Hunger Games was the next movie I was going to see, but my parents decided on Saturday that they wanted to go to the movies and see Margin Call, so I decided to come with them and see it. So, this movie is about the 2008 financial crisis. Actually, it's about the beginning of the financial crisis and deals with around the first 24 or so hours of them finding out, the first company finding out about how the financial crisis is going to happen. So, as you would expect, this has a lot of this reminded me of Wall Street Money Never Sleeps, a movie which I didn't like. As you would expect, this movie has a lot of technical jargon in it, and so if you're not prepared for that, if you're prepared for a plot which is, if you're not prepared for a plot which is, quite hard to really attach and wonder what's really going on, then you won't like this movie at all, I'd say. And I was kind of half that kind of person. This movie stars it's got an ensemble cast. There's Zachary Quinto, Kevin Spacey, Jeremy Irons, the imaginary guy from Beautiful Mind, and some others too. I've forgotten who else, but yeah, it does have quite and I got that Mentalist guy, and it does have quite a lot of cast that people that you know, and that's one of the reasons that this movie is at least watchable, because of the fact that it has so many A-list actors. Kevin Spacey especially is really good in this movie. But yeah, there is a lot of technical jargon, and a lot of the time, it's very hard to work out what is going on. Like, if you think about it later on, you might wonder, realize, okay, sure, that happened, but you really don't know entirely what's going to happen. What's going on. And now, another thing I want to talk about is that you actually do know what's going to happen. This movie is pretty, not necessarily predictable, I would say, but it doesn't really throw anything at you that would be unexpected. It just deals with the emotions really going around at the time, and that's what it's mainly about. It's something that we already know how it's going to end. We already know what's happening with these people. What they're going to do, but we're just seeing how they're going to do it and what emotions are going around at the time. So that's really the negatives in this movie. It has it has a very lot of smart dialogue. It's a very, very smart movie, it seems, and a lot of things which I can't understand because there's a lot of jargon in it. Sometimes they try and dumb it down, but they fail. Like, there's this bit where Jeremy Irons, he's like, something I found interesting about this movie is they like to have bosses, boss, and Jeremy Irons is like the boss's boss in this movie, and he. They say to him once, he says to them, "I didn't get here by brains. Now, can you explain to me what's going on?" As if you were talking to a child or a Labrador, and they don't do that. So that was a good time to explain to the audience, if they were gonna make a patronizing remark like that, and the audience knows that they're referring to, they want it to be dumbed down for them. If they're gonna make a remark like that, then they might as well actually dumb it down to the lowest degree that they can here and then, so we know what the hell is going on, so we know what options they have, so we know why they're so upset, why they're really making very hard decisions. It would have been nice if we had something like that. And I know they tried to keep it really, really smart, but it would have been nice if we had something like that. So yeah, there are as I said, there's a lot of interesting dialogue. There's a lot of very complex sequences where people are monologuing. And so if you like all that kind of stuff, then I guess this is a movie for you. I personally didn't find it very interesting, and I personally didn't find it incredibly engaging. It was engaging enough. I wanted to know what would happen. I, when the movie finished, I wouldn't have minded if I saw a bit more of it. But I don't know if that's because I really got attached to the movie, or if it's because of the fact that I didn't think that the movie gave me anything surprising, so I wanted to actually see something surprising. So, but I guess unlike something like Alvin and the Chipmunks, it's not like I really wanted it to end. So that's why, this movie, it isn't. I wouldn't say it's bad, and it's not my cup of tea, but it's not something bad. And I did remember a lot of the dialogue in the movie coming out of it, and I did find it somewhat interesting. And I think that that is half to do with the fact that these were A-list actors. So yeah, if it didn't have these A-list actors, I don't know if the movie would be as interesting or as memorable. And it isn't really that incredibly memorable. But it is a movie that I think that it definitely had a point of it being made. I really like the kind of the atmosphere of I don't know what town what city they're actually in. But I really like the atmosphere of the city at night, and the fact that this big financial crisis is going to happen, and these are the people that the first to know, and they're the first before, and they're wondering, these people are going to hit it hard, and we know that already, but we can't say anything. So, if that makes any sense, I really like the whole atmosphere, and I think it's a good premise, and I think I know really why this movie was made, but I don't think that, I think it could have been a whole lot better, basically. But I'm going to give this movie, I think, I'm going to give it a 6 out of 10, and so that isn't all bad, but it could have been a lot better, as I said. So, between 5.5 and a 6, so I don't know, you take whatever you want out of that, but that's all I will say right now, and goodbye. Enjoy the movie.